estate cowboy Shaner's back here in the month of July. So it's been quite an interesting last 30 days since I last saw everybody here. Today I'm just going to represent that I'm wearing one of my favorite movie t-shirts, a little bit of McLovin. If those of you that don't know who McLovin is, well, I don't think you should be watching this podcast. Anyways, it's not even a podcast, YouTube video, wherever Producer Jay's going to stick this thing. I don't know, and I honestly just want to share everything that I can share with you guys. So, market update, June 2021. I know I left last week and I said things when I just... Well, honestly, it did. The world has come to almost a ceasing halt, as Ottawa does every summer. And this year is no exception, COVID included. Basically how Ottawa works is that, come June, July, everybody kind of goes on holidays. Being a government town, we kind of shut down to a certain degree. There are still sales still going on, just not as frequent as they were in the springtime and in the fall. Usually when, the government shuts down for the summer, everybody goes home, and being a government town, usually that's what ends up happening. And being with COVID, school ending, we're starting to see a lot more people going on vacation. Hence, just got back from the cottage and man, traffic sucked on the way home. That's all I gotta say is Canada Day, whoa, out of control. And speaking of Canada Day, again, it was a quieter Canada Day this year, but I'm sure the numbers for July and next month will show how slow it really got. But here are the numbers for June. Well, we had a total of, last year we had 1,610 homes that were sold in the month of June. Again, this was the first lockdown, or first stage lockdown in 2020, third lockdown here in 2021. 1,647 homes, so literally a 2% increase in the number of homes sold for the month of June, and that's in residential. Condominium, a little bit more activity. We had 428 homes that were listed in 2020. This year, that sold in 2020, and in 2021 we had 484 with a 13% increase. Lots, just like the residential side, only 1% increase. Multi-units, 4% increase, went from 22 to 23, like not much of a big deal. Total sales volume for the month of June was a whopping $1.4 billion in sales. That was for the month of June, versus last year was 1.1. Really the same. The only real difference was the percentage change was a 30% increase in the value of homes that have sold. So last year, again, we had 2,242 homes for sale that have sold in 2021 versus 2,146 in 2020. So you can see that 4% increase in the number of sales versus a 30% increase in the value of sales. The average sale price for the month of June in the residential market was $645,000 versus last year, which was $517,000, a 24% increase. And one of my favorite things on the market is days on market, because that kind of determines the market we're in. And I believe in in May, it was 9 days on the market. And for the month of June, well, we did increase to 13 days on the market. And that's where we're starting to see the slowdown that we talked about last month, and that most realtors will hopefully share with you to let you know that the market is slowing down a little bit, which is going to be great. And I'll touch on that a little bit later on when we get into talking about when you're presenting your offer. Okay? Condominiums. Actually, you know what? That's not even really condominiums. You can get into the number of sales. We had a 52% increase in the number of sales in condominiums versus last year. And this is all year to date. So 54% increase last year from January to today was 1,700 homes. This year is 2,700 homes. Same thing with the residential. We have 46% increase from year to date. So that's a good 6 months. 8,600 homes in 2021 versus almost 6,000 homes in 2020. Overall, in the grand scheme of things, year to date over the last 6 months, 2020 we had a total of 8,000 homes. Again, it was the start of COVID. Now we're kind of used to what this whole new world is like. 12,000 homes. So we had a 50% increase in the total number of sales. Sales volume, though, this is crazy that this kind of money comes out of real estate. In 2020, for the January to June, it was $4 billion in sales. Here we are, 2021, we're almost at $7.8 billion, a 94% increase in the total sales volume. in the year of 2021 versus last year, which is absolutely nuts. I get into a little bit more detailed stuff, but I didn't want to get into like each neighborhood. I don't need to do each neighborhood every week because really, I mean, does anybody really care? You tell me where you want to be, we'll put you in that area and we'll give you those numbers as we go. But sharing that every week is kind of pointless, or every month is kind of pointless. So we'll do it every couple months. We'll share the numbers. If you do have a choice and you do have a preference as to what you want to hear, please in the comments just let me know what you want to know about, and what areas you want to know. One of the fun places that I want to talk about though, really, is the average sales price in the style of home. So when you're looking at a two-story homes, that seems to be 2 stories, and bungalows always seem to be the more of the choices of what people look for in residential homes. So we're going to cover those two here. And we'll do some condominiums as well. So the total number of units for June. So in June we had, for 2-story homes, we had 999 homes. So almost 1,000 homes. So one more person bought that house and we would have hit 1,000. Those numbers would have been pretty cool to have a bang on number, but we didn't. So 5% increase over last year. In terms of duplexes, not duplex, sorry, bungalows, an 8% increase. So last year we did 369 for the month of June. This year we did 402. The average sale price of the bungalow is around $681,000 in the city of Ottawa, and on a 2-story, $757,000. Overall, I mean, if you take out the modular and the mobile homes, you know, you're looking at about, right now, including them, is $725,000 is the average sales price in Ottawa, which is fantastic. But in condominiums, it's a little bit different. Last year, in the 2-story condos, which are tend to be your garden homes, $340,000 was the average sales price, whereas this year's $411,000, with a 20% increase over last year. And the same thing in one levels, which is the biggest one. We had a 220 last year and 243 this year, which is a 10% increase. And the property value went up about 17% over last year. Still huge numbers versus 365 days ago. It's absolutely crazy. But let's just let's divulge into I mentioned lots last time, and lots seems to be where I just keep going back to. It's crazy days on market. So last year in 2020, days on market for lots was 172 days, and that's pretty normal. That's been the norm for a long time. But here we are in 2021, and again, like I talked about last month, everybody wanted to move out to the country, get that big piece of property, build your dream home, because the cost to build could be, excluding lumber right now, but the cost to build could be actually cheaper for you than to go ahead and buy a home, like a resale home, and put the money into it. But where I was going with this was days on market. So we went from 172 in the month of June of 2020 to 2021 and 38 days on the market. That's even less than what it was last month. It's even going quicker. Instead it was I think it was 42 days last month. This month is 38 days. But that's a 50%, there was a 50% increase in the value of the lots that went up. But again, 172 days last year, 38 days this year, which is awesome. Offers. I'm going to change things up. So that's basically the market update for the month of June. I'll have a little bit more in the month of July. Again, just getting my bearings going, trying to figure out which direction I want to go. So offers. You're a client, you're buying a home. Seller has listed the house. We open to preemptive offers. We are also going to hold offers until a date, so that we'll do the best of both worlds, which is kind of odd because just list it without either. But if you are going into an offer situation, have your agent put together 3 offers. Okay. First offer is where you want to be. That would be your price, your terms, your conditions, if you need conditions, stuff like that, closing dates. Offer 2, you have 2 offers that have come in, and you say you submit the first one. And they say, hey, guess what? We just got another offer. Send in offer number 2. Offer number 2, say that for 2 to 3 offers that are in there. Not your best and final, but pretty darn close to it. Say the property is listed at, and we'll just use a stupid number, $800,000. Okay, so the home was listed at $800,000. Your first offer, you want to go in at $750,000, and you want the term and condition of inspection, and you say you don't want condition of financing. No big deal. Offer day comes, you submit the offer, you're the only one in there. They're going to negotiate your offer. They're either going to counter your offer or they're going to accept it. But if there is a secondary offer, you want to have that one at your comfortable place, not going out of control. So say it's, 810, 820, couple, $10,000-$20,000 over asking if there's more than one. You can go 50,000, 100,000, depending on where you want. Your third offer that you're going to write and have your agent do for you is going to be your absolute max, which is the most amount of money you're willing to spend. And we always say this to our clients, like most amount of money, make sure your mortgage is all set up. We'll do an inspection just to make sure that all our ducks are in a row and stuff like that, because we don't want you buying a lemon. So third offer, you write the third offer for a property that's got, say it's got like, I don't know, like 5 or 6 offers. That's where you want to be, because if you lose, you're okay. I didn't overspend. I didn't go ape shit wild and buy this house, which we were seeing earlier in the year and last year, where people are just throwing $200,000 over asking. You're comfortable at say $50,000 over asking. Well, if you didn't get it, great. If you did get it, great. But you gotta be careful about how much you're going to spend, because you also have to remember that there's an appraisal that has to get done on that home by the financial institution, and that appraisal may not be the value of what you're willing to spend. So you got to keep that in mind too, right? So make sure your realtors do the research for you, and make sure they're educating you as to what you should be putting forward in terms of your offer. The last thing you want to do is go and buy a home for say $1 million, and the appraisal comes in at $850,000. Well, there's $150,000 gap between what the bank says your house is worth and what you're paying for it. So who's going to pay the balance? Is that going to come out of the bank? No, it's going to come out of your pocket. So you got to make sure that you're on the Q and the T. So again, if you got any other questions, please feel free to reach out. Let me know. I'll be back next month. I'm sorry I'm a little late this time around. Again, came back from the cottage, or my cottage is out in Sandbanks Provincial Park. So it's always great to be out there for Canada Day. And congratulations to our new Governor General, the first Aboriginal person to hold that title. And I'm so excited that she's also an Inuit, which is where I'm from. That's me. That's Christopher Shane, Real Estate Cowboy. I'm here at Solid Rock Realty in the lovely city of Ottawa. Again, you can subscribe to us on YouTube, as well as go to our website, autorealestate.ca or thehomeguys.com. But again, if you have any questions, please reach out and let me know. And have a great day, and look forward to seeing you next month. Cheers.